Okay, we're live. And I think we're live on two things. So I'm going to go onto the one of them and
Awesome.
completely remove that one.
Cool.
Because, yeah, that one is totally messed up.
Cool,
um,
my bro.
so let's delete this live stream. It's the problem when you start one and then you restart your computer, then
Yeah.
now they're both streaming to the same place.
Oh no.
Um, yeah. So as far as I know, we are live. Okay. We're definitely live. It's
Cool.
working. It's working. It's all good.
Yes.
Now I'm hearing myself. I should stop that.
Yeah.
Great. So, what was I going to do? I don't even remember. Um, so I'm just sorting out some admin quickly around like
Cool.
this video thing and typing in what's going to happen. Can you
Cool.
talk about what problem you had with trying to like for everyone else who doesn't know what's going on? Um, we built our little happy tic-tac-toe game, which I still need to probably go yarn start. So let me do
Cool.
that first. And I know I still need to share my screen with you and stuff.
That's
Um,
chill, bro.
why is my stupid console's not opening? That's weird. Why is my console not opening? My shortcuts aren't working. Everything's broken today.
Ah, isn't it the
Terminal.
worst?
Yeah, new terminal. Unless this is just way too big. There we go. That worked. It's because I don't know what it was. But my terminal's open and I'm going to run yarn start. I'm going to share my screen with you
Cool.
so that you have some like context of what we're doing. So share the screen. And yeah. So we were over here, that's starting up, and you basically had to I asked you to like think about how you'd make it so it checks every time
Yeah.
if someone's won or lost. So you talk about
Yes.
that, and I'm gonna type in something while you do that.
Okay. So I was having troubles because when it comes to things like this, I always get mixed up like with the maybe it's with the syntax or something, but like I go okay, so I knew we got to check if I was
Yeah.
trying to say like if the index at 0, 1, and 2 um is the same, then I was just trying to do like one row at a time just to like get something, but then I would do the if statement and everything,
Yeah.
but then I wouldn't know like how to display that.
So I mean, I just asked you to make an alert.
Yes.
So did you not know where to trigger it, or
Yes, that's it. Like I
okay?
didn't know where must I trigger it or how would it be triggered and yeah.
So think about what did you when do you want to check if someone won?
Well, there's quite a few times. So you want to check if, well, basically, so if the row at the top is full with the same character, the row in the middle and the row at the bottom, and then diagonally
Yeah,
and
yeah. So we
yeah,
know like how to like theoretically check if someone's won, but
yeah.
where like when do you want to run that check?
Yo, I don't even know, dude.
How
Like,
regularly do you want to run that check?
I don't know. Like,
So what's the difference between checking at the beginning of the game and checking halfway through the game?
well, chicken at the beginning of the game, you'll have like nothing will be done.
Okay, and how do we know we're halfway through the game?
maybe by the amount of clicks.
Yes, yeah, you're on the right track. So what we essentially want to do is on every click, we want to check for a win. I mean, what we could even do is have like a little, it can be really optimal if you wanted to,
Yes.
and like wait until, I'm just thinking you play like 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2. If you had 6, after the 6th turn, I didn't even think about this, but after the 6th turn, then you only want to start making those checks because, like, if you do it before that, you know nobody's gonna win, because you need to do at least 6 players or 5, because you do X O X O X. Yeah, from the 5th player
5.
onwards, you wanna start checking,
Cool.
and we want to do that every time the player clicks. So,
Okay.
and we're gonna use the new board to check.
Okay.
So basically, before we change the person's turn and update the board,
Yes.
we want to do the actual check.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna add another like state value in there just to say turn number.
Okay.
That makes sense. So const turn number. We say set turn number,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna say use state. Oh my gosh, what happened? Use state, and this is gonna be a number. Let's start it off as 1. I don't know why that happens. It's like my autocomplete thing. It's not really geared for TypeScript. My desktop's different to my laptop.
Cool.
So yeah, that makes sense. Nothing new. So our turn number is going to be 1 initially.
Yeah.
At the end of this, after this check, we're going to say set we're going to say set turn number to be turn number plus plus. So it's just like turn number plus 1.
Okay.
Or I guess not plus plus because that changes what it is. Just turn number plus 1.
Plus 1. Okay.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do in the check is we're going to say just if turn number, it's 1. We've clicked. It's still 1. Then we run round. We'll test this later, but I'm just thinking like theoretically. So like I have a notepad here. Turn number is 1 initially. Then you click and click. Then we check. Then turn number is 2.
Okay.
And then you do another click after that 2. Then we do a check.
Sure.
Turn number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I should just copy paste this. I'm just doing it to kind of like show what's cool. Like what the plan is here.
Yes.
4, 5, 6. So let's pretend over here they did X. Over here they did O. Over here they did X. Over here they did O. I mean, the click has actually got to be the XO. So
yeah.
So we'll do it in here.
Okay.
Click X. Click O. Click X. Click O. And the third X they can potentially win. So
okay.
I didn't even think about doing this. You could just do the check on every click, but this makes it slightly better early on because your first clicks will do less processing. So turn number is 1. We click, we check, and then turn number plus plus. It gets 1 more.
Yes.
So
cool.
This is some weird logic-y thinky stuff. So this is the value at the start of our thing.
Yeah.
So it's actually only at turn number 6. Like if turn number is 6, then we click X. Then we can say unless we set turn number to 0, which
Yeah.
let's just do that. So now we say if turn number is 5. So if we went here, this is actually like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cool.
Wait, I skipped some stuff.
Okay.
I did some math. Oh, what was it? I must have that was 6. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I did some weird stuff. But basically, if turn number is 4 now, then we want to do the check.
Cool.
If turn number is 4,
Yes.
we'll do all the other checks.
Okay. That's yeah.
And what we could do is we could do all the other checks in the same if statement.
Okay.
So we say if turn number, this is going to be really messy. It's going to be a lot of stuff, which you probably know about already.
Yeah.
So we say if turn number is 4 and. Now, obviously, if this renders false, it breaks out of the if statement. It like, it's just like, okay, it's false because we've got this and thing here.
Yes.
If it was or, then you'd have to check both of them.
Yes.
But so that's like a nice little just quick check thing. I mean, it might not be worth it because you like monitoring a whole new state, but it just like
Cool.
it's a way to think of like how you can make things slightly more performant early on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to matter to us. I think it might help a bit with the Firebase because it won't be doing the like, yeah, like our data might get a bit more hectic with Firebase. So like it stops
Okay.
us from doing multiple checks there. But I
Yeah.
mean, we still have to update the database and all that stuff.
Cool.
Anyway, so turn number is 4. If what was I gonna say? Like now we want to do the checks. Now instead
Yeah.
of like checking if like if X and O, we'll look at whose turn it currently is.
Yes.
So we'll say if it is X turn, and then we're gonna do a bunch more cases. And in here,
Yes.
we'll do the otherwise if it is not X turn.
Okay.
We have to do a bunch of other cases.
Cool.
So we here now like, okay, turn number, cool. And what you'd probably do is you'd put this in a helper, honestly. Like you'd go,
Yeah.
you wouldn't stick
Generally,
this like
yeah.
here, but I mean, we're gonna change stuff like and change the structure of our app and everything. So
Yeah.
that's why I'll just put the comment here. Check if
Cool.
game is done. So
That's just the X you forgot there on the.
yeah, I just realized, you know what? Let's let it like, we're gonna simplify it.
Cool.
We are gonna like do it in here. I'm not gonna do fancy syntax stuff.
Cool.
Just so that it's easier to read. Now, if it
Okay.
is X turn, if it's X turn, we do a bunch of stuff, and
Yes.
otherwise we do a bunch of other stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. Now we're gonna do a whole bunch of if ors. So
Cool.
now we're gonna say if board at 0
Yes.
equals X or equals yeah, just equals X, I guess. So we do
Yeah.
that check. If it's that,
Cool. And
1 and 2,
one
you know.
and two. Yeah. I was saying like if board 0 and board 1 equals to board 2.
No, you can't do that. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you can actually, theoretically.
Yeah.
That's
I
actually
don't even know
better.
why it's doing it like that.
That's better. I think. Because if this
Board.
equals that, equals that. I want to test
Yeah.
it. I'm
That's
going to
what.
test it afterwards.
Okay.
Because then you don't need the whole is X turn.
Yes.
You're just checking regardless if they're equal to each other.
Okay.
Let's do that. I think it is nicer. See, pair coding at its finest. So we could just say equals. Yeah, I don't need that, and I don't need this.
Cool.
Nah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, there just put a and instead of the 3 equals. No, not that one. The first one. Yeah, that's the one I did it on.
That theoretically won't work because that's just if this is a number.
Okay, so do it your way,
Yeah,
bro. I
let's
want
do
to
it my
see
way.
your way that you're doing.
Cool. So we do that. There's if statement there, and I'm gonna
Cool.
wrap the
And
whole
you
thing
put
in brackets because we're
yeah,
gonna do an
and you
or.
cool, and you must bring in the turn number. I mean,
No, you
is
don't
X
need the
turn.
turn number. Yeah, that is X turn. It feels so messy.
Cool.
I mean, guys, trust me, I usually do this better. I'll move it out to like a helper and I'll think about it in a lot more detail. But right now, I just want to make it work. I realize the tasks that I gave you to do are submission. The other guy said I'm a rock star again. What a legend. Anyway,
You're always a rock star, bro.
Why is this not looking wonderful? What's wrong? Oh, there's a slash there. I just wanted to auto format for me. Like we're just going to console log nothing so it does something. Okay, you see now we've got all these
Yes.
these things, so we can do like, so it's either straight down,
Cool.
down, or side,
Yeah.
side, or cross.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and if you put this in helpers, it's really like a lot simpler. So you have 8 possibilities.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first one is that. The next one is
Yeah.
going to be 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So you know all this stuff. Final one is 6, 7, 8. So those are the 3 possible rows. Next one
Yeah.
is the columns. So we're going to say 1. It's going to be 0, sorry.
Yeah.
So 0, 3, 6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 0, 3, 6. We'll do 1, 4, 7.
Yeah.
For the middle column. And then we're going to do 2, 5, 8 for the final column. And then the last one is like diagonally left to right. So we say 0, and then the middle one is 4.
4.
And then 8.
And
then this one is going to be 2 for the top right.
yeah.
Again, 4 for the middle. And that bottom that bottom one is 6. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, basically, I'm gonna say the numbers here 0, 1, 2, 3, just to show people like what what I'm referring to. So if I go to your face, what's wrong? I think I got that extra. This needs to be a cool. So back to your face. So here's what it is: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do our checks. Let's just console.log check starting, because it's only supposed to start after like 5 things are down.
Okay.
This is confusing actually. I'm just gonna make it turn number 1 and 5, because you start on turn 1 and then you go up to 5.
Okay.
Right, and then down here I'll say X wins, and I'll actually alert it.
Okay. Cool.
X wins. I think I'll do like full caps to make sure they know that they won. And
Cool.
you know, while I'm at it, actually, it's exactly the same except you replace all the X's with O's.
With
So
O, okay.
I'm just gonna say else. Blah 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 blah. And then we should actually. This must be if it's bigger or equal to 5, not just not just
yes.
equal to 5. So it checks all the time. And then we must
Yes.
also do another like if on the top here, if turn number was like turn 9, then we'll alert draw.
Okay.
Because if we've done the last turn, then it's a draw.
Yeah.
All these X's, I just need to be a wizard and change to O. Done.
Cool.
Obviously, this can go into a helper that just takes board and the character, and you
Yeah.
can, stick it away. I'll do that actually just to show you. But theoretically, this will work. I must just say O wins here. And I'm going to do the console just to make sure that it starts checking at the right place. And we also want to test the draw. So
cool.
It's going to just show the numbers like as they are. X. Let me just get my console out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it started checking at the right time. There's 3 X's on the board, so it starts checking. Great. Now, the turn number. Oh, yeah, someone asked the turn number. So the turn number is to make sure that we start checking for the win. So you don't want to start doing the checks before 3 X's or 3 O's are down. So the turn number is for that. That was a good question, Samir. So yeah, that works. Let's just check if X wins. It doesn't. Why not? That sucks. Because I did 0, 4, 8. Is there a case here for 0, 4, 8?
Yeah.
So if it equals X, and that equals X, and that equals 6. That's weird, dude. I don't know why that's happening. So I still have to debug that part. Let's just make sure that everything else does the draw. Okay, so the draw happened at the right time. Oh, and it only did the X wins there. So weird. So I'm doing a checkup here. If it's a draw, this must actually go down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And I must break out of. Dude, it's a I'm gonna set another variable in here called let winner, and it's gonna equal false. And over here, if this happens, we're gonna say winner is true. So this is it's very messy at the moment, but again, we're gonna move out of this.
Yeah.
Winner equals true. So we're gonna move the actual check for drawing at the end, and because we first want to also make sure that winner is true or false. This is one of those weird things where you do like logic with React, and it's like a little dodgy. So what else was it gonna do?
Shouldn't the bottom one also be winner equals true if all those match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just taking that out. So if those match, you set winner equals true. And then after this if statement, we do the other if, where we say if there is no winner and the turn number is turn
9. Okay.
I'm gonna ditch these numbers just because we know what's going on there. Perfect. So I'm just going to see if I can get X to win immediately. All right, I failed that. So yeah, it starts checking that's right. Now we see if O wins. So this should trigger O wins, and I don't know why it's not. If I keep playing for a little bit longer, it only checks at the end. Now it only says O wins.
Oh, you know what?
No.
Console log board. Console log the board quickly.
Yeah. Oh, it's because we only set the board later. Oh, we need to say new board. Because we've updated the board. We've got to update the board.
Oh my gosh.
So don't worry, I can just do this. New board. Yo, it's messy.
Cool.
I'm gonna put that into a helper now. But let's just check that it works.
Yeah, don't worry about the helper yet. I want to see this work. That's all.
X X X. Yeah, there we go.
Boom.
Boom. I mean, the actual X only pops up after the alert, but we won't use an alert in our main app. We'll just pop like
Yes.
a like status text. So,
Yes, that's what I was trying to do, and I don't know how to do that.
it's chill, dude.
Cool.
Status text. We'll look at it. But we'll do that later. We just want to get this working. So yeah, dude, I'm just gonna make a helper anyway for this because it is a mess. I mean, I can even make the helper up here. Nah, I don't know. Let's make helpers over here. Like for now, I'm just gonna make it's not even that. One for check win.
Cool.
And that function is gonna pretty much look very much like what we've had. So the function will look like it will return the winner, like true.
Cool.
Great. So and it will alert as well. But this is going to be the function pretty much.
Cool.
So I'm gonna say const check win.
Yeah.
And that check win function is gonna be it's gonna take in the board and it's gonna take in a symbol.
Okay.
And symbol has to be the symbol. Okay, that symbol that I want to check, I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna export this type here. And I should be able to like get it from import symbol from just from app for now. That works. Cool. This is going to return a boolean, so it's TypeScript now that we're like doing some cool stuff. So, and this board over here is going to be our block array. So we can get block from here as well. I just need to export it.
Okay.
Cool. And then that's what we return, and we're going to export default. Check win. So now we replace new board with just board so that it's kind of easier to read.
Cool.
And then we're going to replace all these X's with the symbol. And then we return, over here we return true. Otherwise, if that's not the case, we return false.
Okay.
So that's the winner that we're returning.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, like, yeah, I think that's good for now. I just need to export this. So we're exporting default as check win from from check when. It's got to be dot slash. My bad. Okay, sweet.
Cool.
Now, if we look back at our app, we can replace this whole block with check when. And we're going to say winner equals check when. And in here, we're going to put the new board as the board. And we're going to put in X. It automatically imported that from helpers. Just move it one up so it's alphabetical. And then same thing over here. We replace all of this with check when winner equals O. So there we go. My life's a little bit cleaner now. I mean, we can even because it's just one statement, we can put them all on one line.
Cool.
There we go. Much better.
Awesome.
I am going to celebrate with some snacks.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, the turn number is just because we don't want to do this logic until enough turns have gone by for someone to actually possibly win.
Yeah.
Because if we look at our app, nobody can win a turn one.
If they can, I want to know their
Nobody
secret.
can win a turn 2. Nobody can win a turn 3. Nobody can win a turn 4. But someone can win a turn 5. So that's what the turn number is for. Yeah, so we only want to start the checking then. Cool. And I mean, we can set I don't know what we can set.
How do we then
We can put this into its
say
own function if we
winner?
wanted to.
How do we say winner is X?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we can make an outcome message. Let's do that. So let's make a new stage. And sorry, just chewing.
Let's chill, my bro.
The state's going to be message. And we're going to set message.
Cool.
And this is going to be a string. Damn it. I need to turn that off. And this message is going to be dependent on who the starting turn is, I guess. At the beginning. If starting turn is equal to X, then we will return the string player X's turn. Otherwise, we return the string player O's turn. Oops. For stuff like that, this is where I can do my backtick thing.
Yeah.
But there's some, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change this. So this works. Okay, cool. You got a starting message. It says player X's turn or player O's turn based on whose turn it is starting.
Yes. And we have that already, hey?
Yeah. But I'm going to say instead, going to wrap this like this. Because I think it would be a little bit smaller and less code rewriting. Over here we can say player, and then if their turn is X, you can actually say they're just starting turn to caps case if you wanted to uppercase, like that. Uppercase is a function, so that's a little bit cleaner. So you have player X's turn, or yeah. So that's that. So that message we are going to display down here. So we have the player's turn, you know.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to put like a little H3 in there just because I want it to stand out a bit more. Yeah, we must also add a variable saying like the game is done so that they can't keep pressing buttons in.
Yes.
Yeah, we're really getting carried away with this. We haven't even moved our stuff to Firebase yet. This is bad. So like in here, we're going to post our message.
Cool.
Nah, so many things, dude. So many things. I might have to move the letters winner out of this because no, we'll handle it all within this turn. No, we can't. So in general, we're gonna set the message to be player again, like this thing, but instead of saying starting
Yes.
turn, we're gonna say sorry, I need to put this in the backtick thing. We're gonna check is X's turn. And remember, we're swapping now. So,
Cool.
like what we're basically saying, if it was X's turn, then we're going to say it's player O's turn. And if it was O's turn, then we're going to say it was player X's turn.
Okay.
Cool. And this is only going to happen if there's no like outcome, like there's no draw
Cool.
or outcome stuff.
Okay.
Now, what I want to do for this is I want to move it into its own helper into just called checkboard.
Cool.
So checkboard is going to be pretty much a you know what, this is my stream, so I get to call this a function. I'm going to say export default function here instead of doing it like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like the syntax more for like functions. So I'm going to export default function. That's going to be called checkboard, and it's going to take in the turn number. It's going to take in a bunch of things, so I'm actually going to put those things in an object and just say interface I input. Like I just is the semantic thing for writing an interface. You prefix it with I. So this input, I mean, I think if I said just input here, it would freak out. Maybe that's fine. Let's just call the interface input. Okay. So this thing is gonna return an output. And our output's gonna be a type. So our type output sorry, I know this is confusing. Our type output is going to equal either win or it'll be X win or O win Owen or draw, or what's the other thing is just keep playing. None. There's no outcome yet, so none means keep going, you know.
Cool.
So we're just gonna have a bunch of these are the possible outputs that we can have, you know.
Okay.
And like we can export this from like we can call it checkboard output so that we can use it in our app.
Cool.
Input we're not reusing, so I'm just going to call it input. So the input, we need the turn number, which is a number, because we basically copy this whole function. So we need a turn number. What's wrong with this? Oh, I need to still return stuff. So it's saying like, you know, it needs to return a value. So let's just by default lower down here, we return none. So we need to have turn number in here. We need to have is x turn. So this is going to be a whole object that we pass in, so the order doesn't really matter, but I'm going to make it alphabetical because I can. This is a Boolean. Okay. Like when I have objects that take in lots of parameters, I like to put them in an object, like instead of like just parameter 1, 2, 3. Because if you have parameters like that, then you have to worry about order and stuff like this. You know, the check when is the function that we made. So we're going to import check when from /check when. It's // I can just get it from helpers actually, in case we move this function around somewhere. Wow, so what I asked you to do last night was quite a mission, now that we look at it. So the board, again, we're just going to chuck in board, or we'll call it new board, so that it's easier to write on the other side. So new board is just that board at, yeah, it's a board array. And we get that board thing from import board from app. Why can't I get board from app? It's a block array, sorry. Board is not a block, like block array. There we go. So in here, I just add a new board. And great. So now in here, the I'm gonna say so check when returns a Boolean. If X wins, it's like if they win, then we want to return X win. And we can basically, you know, we can skip this and just say and, because that makes sense. So if it's X's turn and then X wins, then cool. And then the else over here is going to be it's going to be an else if.
Cool.
It's going to be else if, and it's just going to be like the opposite of this. So that's not going to run if well, I mean, it doesn't matter actually, because we're doing return statements now. So if we return, yeah, it's going to hop out anyway. So yeah, this is quite insane actually. Not getting as much stuff done as I wanted to, but I think this is a good one. So here we're checking if O is the winner, and if that's the case, then we return O win. Cool. Now, if there was no winner and we get to the turn over here, which doesn't matter, we don't need this anymore, because if one of them did win, we already return out, right? So the way this works is, you know, if like this is actually good, return none should be anyway. That's like the default, you know, what happens. But if turn number 5 happens, we check, does X win? No. Does O win? No. Then we check for the draw, and over here, instead of alerting, we'll return draw.
Cool.
And I think that's all the logic we need for that. I think it's yeah, there's no other outcome, and this is how you do the outcome checks. So yeah, pretty amazing, eh? Like
very cool.
How we do those helper stuff there. Right, the next thing that we need to do is we need to actually implement that. So so we have that like, oh, we need to also export it. So I don't know why that's a problem. the check when is the default export export default function. There we go. It's happy.
Cool.
Yeah, look, if we wanted to, we could just simplify this and call it B and an S. But I mean, I think it's better to call it that because you like, you called it sim. That would make sense.
Cool.
At least the sim stands for symbol. Just easier to read, I guess. Not that that's that easy to read. But yeah. So you can't do board 0 and board 1 and board 2 equals sim. You have to do it like, this is a statement,
Yes.
this is a statement, this is a statement.
Cool.
Because if you did the board 0 and board like 1 equals sim, then it would just be like board 0 exists and board 1 equals sim. So that's like a sort of tip there. Right.
Cool.
So done that. In our helpers, we're just going to export defaults as checkboard from /checkboard, and I'm also going to export this checkboard output from there.
Cool.
I usually I don't know. Actually, wait. This checkboard output we don't have to export because it will automatically come up through TypeScript, so we don't need to do that because
Cool.
it will tell us yeah.
Cool.
Or maybe we should. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say const outcome equals checkboard from helpers, and that, remember, has to take in it's got to take a new board is extern and turn number. Okay, and this outcome is the checkboard output, so we can actually do that check. So now we format our message according to what is happening.
Okay.
Which honestly, if we wanted to, we can make it another function. So let's do that.
Cool.
Let's make another helper called format message.
Cool.
Actually, it's fine. We'll just do it over here. We've got enough helpers and we don't really know what to do. Samir asked, what's the use for Firebase for TicTac game? The point is we want to make this an online multiplayer thing. So yeah, right now we're just building the basic TicTac board app. But we want to make it like an online multiplayer so that like Kevin and I can play against each other online. But that's going to take quite some work. But you first got to build the basics before you can move on to there. I was hoping to get to that today, and I'm sure we still will. I just need to set stuff up. Yeah, I should probably like update the title of this because we didn't really get to the Firebase side. Because I think we won't really have time to do that. Maybe we'll. Let's just keep pushing on. Okay, because we're almost done with this part. So I'm going to do a switch case in here. Switch outcome. And the default case is going to be, just that down here. And the same is also going to be for case none. So like those two cases, we'll do that. We'll set the message to the other person's turn.
Cool.
This looks weird. I guess it's just because I got these rainbow brackets on. I have like a plugin called Rainbow Brackets, so like the brackets, like they change color based on what level they are. So that's why my brackets look funny. Yeah, so we have a bunch of possible outcomes. One of the cases will be case X win. and we'll just set the message to be player X wins. We'll just say X wins.
Okay.
I will just say X's turn, leave out the player. Because why? We don't need check win anymore because we did that in the checkboard.
Cool.
The thing with switch cases is it's good to put a break in. The break acts as like a return. Sorry, I forgot my colon here. I don't know how much you've worked with switch cases.
I haven't worked with it at all here.
Okay, cool. No worries. Except at the end, you don't need the break because it's like the else at the end.
Okay.
But everything else, a break is basically like so in Redux we did return, so we didn't need to break. But here we're not like doing a thing unless we made it into a helper and we said format message, then we return the message, and then at the end we just set message to formatted message.
Okay.
But then we have to look at the outcome and is X's turn and stuff like that.
Cool.
So and I really want to just move on. So like that's me. Duplicate case. So we don't need a case for none. Oh, we need a case for draw. So we say draw and we say O wins. And yeah, there we go. So now if we look at our app, we should have okay, why is that happening? There it happens there. I need to take those alerts out of the check win.
Oh yes.
And it says X wins anyway. Like it doesn't even say which one wins. So it's like hard coded. So yeah, that's that. So now we can go test our game. X X X. So there we go. It says X wins. The final thing we just need to say is if outcome is we have to have like a game finished sort of variable. So we'll make a new state. Game done. Let's say set game done. It's a bunch of states in here. It's quite messy actually at the moment. I need to like get rid of these old plugins of mine because like, yeah. Game done is going to be a boolean, and initially it will be false.
Cool.
So if any of these ones, we just say set game done to true. If one of these outcomes happens.
Cool.
We say set game done to true. We don't do it down there. And then we're going to wrap the whole thing in a and game not done, like that. And then when we say handle clear, we'll say set game done to false again. So that prevents our game from continuing after we click. Now, if I run my app, X wins, and I can't click around. I have to clear the board before I can, be done. I guess when we do the clear board, I need to set the message back to something. So over here, I'm going to set the message to that starting turn again.
Okay.
So, yeah. I think that would work. Let's just check again. XO, XO, XO. So O wins. O started, so O must play again. Yeah, wait, I got confused. Oh no. What happened? I forgot to, I'm gonna set turns back to 0 as well. This turn number, or it has to go back to 1. So it's a whole bunch of cleanup stuff, quite a mess actually, but like it's fine. When we do new Firebase games, like we'll have a whole reset, like board function, like reset game.
Cool.
Yeah, so quite a just bug testing there. So Owens. Yeah, draw.
Cool.
I'm just checking quickly. I think there is some like weird logic in the sense that it doesn't like sometimes like X started here.
Yeah.
And then okay, I don't know. It seems to be working now. I like there's weird logic around
Yeah, I
that
saw no no.
yeah. I also try to test it, but it's fine. We're gonna leave that anyway.
Cool.
I'm just like thinking, should we do routing first or Firebase? I think let's do the routing because the way I want to set up Firebase is a bit strange.
Cool.
So in here, I'm just gonna yarn add React router and React router DOM. They kind of get installed together when you want to do React routing.
Cool.
And let's start making a new folder called routes. And we need to make a new folder called pages. Not in core. It must be out here. My bad. Okay, and our page is gonna be game, I guess. Or should it be like room? We'll call it room. And that's what this page is gonna be. There's no like room thing. New file index.tsx, and then we'll make another page called home.
Cool.
And we'll build those out in a second. So our index over here, instead of showing app, we're going to show like basically this whole app that we have in here is going to be our room.
Cool.
We'll just call it room. So yeah, we're going to yarn start. Now I do need to remember how we did our routing, so I'm actually going to go look at GitLab and see. I mean GitHub. Sorry, I use GitLab for work. What am I looking up? Leaderboard. Yeah. I'll go look at our leaderboard app that we made the other day. Just looking at it off camera.
Cool.
So the first thing is I'm gonna do the routes like the router thing up front. So we're not gonna have like the middle app.js anymore. We're just gonna have the index.js.
Okay.
So this is just complaining because our home is empty. So if I quickly make a home page, React FC to say it's a functional component, we're gonna go React, and we'll say const home FC. It's not gonna take in any props, and right now, honestly, like we are just gonna return. We will return other stuff, so I'm gonna like do some history, use history things, but right now we'll just return h1 homepage.
Cool.
Because I want to set up the routing first. Great. So in index, we are going to import browser router from browser. If I could spell, that would be great. From React router DOM. Great. Why is it still complaining? I don't know. It'll probably fix itself soon. And over here, I'm going to say browser router. And instead of putting the app in here, I'm going to actually put our routes that we're going to create. So I'm going to get routes from routes. And we just go put our roots in directly like that. Can't find this module because we haven't made a file for it. So I'm making my router file now. I'm also just gonna go copy from our previous project that we've done by typing it out.
Cool.
I'm gonna lazy load it as well. I made videos on this so people can't complain that they don't understand. They can just go watch my videos. I made one like literally like last week about it. And nobody liked it. Except one guy who disliked it. Jerk. Cool. Right. So what's the other thing I want to do? So I've imported that. I'm also going to make use of root and switch. So switch is the thing that makes sure that our roots actually switch and they don't just like render on top of each other.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to get my home page. I'm just gonna call it home actually. Like, home is gonna equal lazy. We're gonna lazy load import pages from home. I'm just gonna copy the whole thing and do the same thing down here. And instead of that, I'm gonna call it room. Yeah.
Cool.
Room. Okay. Now for the roots page, const roots equals. And in here, we'll make our switch statement. We wrap it all in a switch. And then we wrap our other stuff in a suspense. For now, I'm just going to make the fallback be a... The fallback can be an H1 that says loading page.
Okay.
My stuff just paused for a second. Loading page, ... Okay, cool. Great. Now we have two roots in here. The one is going to be, this is going to go to our room. So it's going to be /room. And then we're going to say /id because we're going to go to like the room at a specific ID.
Yeah.
Component equals contestant page. And root path. The other path is just going to be like this, but we're going to have to say it's an exact path because lots of things will just match /.
Cool.
I will say component. I said contestant page in here. You probably saw that. Like, what is that?
I saw.
And then yeah, we stick home. It's from my other app. Finally, we need to export default roots, and then I need to go look at what that other area is.
Cool.
React root to DOM. This could be so first of all, okay, I want to get this from React root to DOM actually. Not that that matters. They're both the same thing, but I think there's a types declaration file for that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna yarn add -d to make it a dev dependency, and we say add types /react router DOM. Cool, all good. And then what's going on here? That's also a problem. I think that those might be the only ones. Could not find declaration file. Yeah. So theoretically, now if I just rerun yarn start because it's like bugging out, I can spend this time eating another sneaky little block of chocolate. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
So theoretically, this should take us to the home page. And if we say /room /anything, it takes us to the game.
Cool.
This anything is just the ID.
Yes.
So if we're in the room again, like we could say const ID equals use params. We get use params from React root to DOM. So it's just a little hook from React root to DOM. And that's this ID over here.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to, like, right at the top of the page, make like an H1, we can post the ID in there. So that went a lot quicker than I expected, which is good. It means we can focus on the Firebase side of things.
Cool.
So there's the ID. It's whatever we type in here.
Yeah.
Like sup. Sup. Oops. If I just like entered it, then it would go. Yeah. So that's good. That works. Let's just make a home button that goes to the default room code. I'm going to call the room like A, like 4 A's. Just to be like, it's like a 4-digit code. We can like copy Jackbox there. So I'm going to import firstly, use history from React router DOM. And then over here, I'm going to say const history equals use history. Perfect. I'm going to make a new function in here called handle click for a button that we still need to make. And that button click is going to just say history.push, and it will push /room/ this like random coded room.
Cool.
Over here, I need to just put it in a fragment for now. And we'll make a button and say go to game room, because there's only one room at the moment.
Yeah.
And we'll click and we'll say handle click. And then by push of a button, everything formats nicely. Cool. So that means if we go here now, we have the go to game room, and that goes to this room with that.
Cool.
So that's the routing part done. Very straightforward, actually. What I'm going to do on the side quickly is go to our Firebase console.
Cool.
So that we can start that process, which will be quite cool. So here I am in our deployed TicTacToe game. Let's just commit this to say that we did some stuff. So we set up win conditions and implemented basic routing. And I'll git push that so everyone else can be on the same page.
Cool.
I mean, I might as well yarn deploy while I'm at it. So there, that's going to yarn deploy off on the side. So there's our deployment history and all our reads and writes. So the database, what I'm going to do is have I don't know if I still got it now. Yeah, I'm going to start a new collection. It's going to be called rooms.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make my first one with the room ID like that AAA, so we can match stuff there.
Yeah.
Now the next part is going to be quite weird. I guess I can add stuff in as we go, but we can say player turn. I wonder if you can just say like a specific, yeah, it's just going to be a string for now. And we'll make it X. I'm going to make it like a capital X, because we always kind of refer to it as capital X. Are you doing something with your mic?
No, sorry, I yawned, bro.
Right. It was very like muffly. So yeah, we have a player turn, which will just represent whose turn it is. We can even have our message here, actually, because we need people to see the same message. Everything that was states basically has to be message now.
Yeah.
Like in there. So message, by default, we'll just say player X's turn. We'll just make it X's turn. And I'll make it like full caps, because like that's what our message is going to be. It's always going to be like a full caps, kind of like this is how it is.
Yeah.
And then so we have the player's turn. We have the like tomorrow we'll try and figure out how to like get each individual user to like sign in.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how we're gonna do that. So tomorrow's gonna be a lot less organized. We'll see. Okay, let's just look. Okay, so we also have the board state. Should I just call it board? Yeah. And this is gonna be an array. And it's gonna be an array of empty dashes. The middle of our board is 5, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the middle. I'm gonna put an X in the middle.
Okay.
And I have decided now that we will do we're gonna do caps X and caps O because we never actually use the lowercase one.
Cool.
Okay, no, 8 is enough. So there's just gonna be an X randomly in the middle of our board for a start. What other states do we have? I'm just thinking. So we have the message, we have the turn number. Yeah, we could add that in. Yeah, let's add turn number in. Player turn replaces is X turn. It's, I think just saying player turn equals X is easier to like know. And that means you kind of put the starting turn and player turn into one because like they'll both be just the symbol. So they go into one. Message, game done. Okay, yeah, that's another one. So we gotta have turn number and is game done basically. So let's do that. Put a field in here called is game done. It's a boolean. I'll say false initially, and then turn number. This is gonna be a number. It's gonna start off as 1.
Cool.
Okay. So yeah, there's our first document. So we have a room AAA, and that's like basically our app. If we go to this, we're going to use this param to go fetch the specific document to get like the game, getting the game state. So yeah, that is that. I'm distracted. Okay, cool. So now we need to actually connect to this, which is going to be quite crazy. So what we're pretty much going to do is we're just going to make some custom hooks for it. So we're going to like make a use game state to actually get the full game state. Because this room, or maybe it's use room. Yeah, I'll make it use room just so that it makes more like syntactic sense. So the room is going to be the game state. You'll have the whole state of the room in there.
Cool.
So we are going to start by making so many stuff here, dude. It's crazy.
Jeez.
Sheesh, this outcome, all that stuff. And like this kind of functionality, the handle click, like we have to move this all up to Firebase. Like using Firebase functions, which I don't know how to do yet. So like we can look into it a little bit, but I mean, I think after we get everything to at least show in our use room hook, then we can call it there and actually So it is pretty crazy there. So
Hectic.
we're gonna make a new hook. Remember, we've already set up our Firebase services so we can get like DB from here. Right, so in here, I'm going to say hooks and just going to make a general index.ts file. And that can be empty for now. We're going to make use room to get like the full room details.
Yeah.
Index.ts. Cool. Yo, this is gonna be hectic. Like this is the easy part is this, but I mean I'm thinking like for tomorrow and stuff. Like I need to look up some stuff and plan some things. So yeah, our use hook thing here is pretty much going to we're going to make use of use effect because we want to remember we want to like stream the data.
Yeah.
So, and I think we're gonna have states as well, but we'll get there. I guess it is gonna be state because the state is gonna hold it's gonna hold like the room information.
Okay.
Here, dude, so much. So I don't need this anymore. Just delete that. I'm looking at the wrong thing because we put that all into room. Okay, so we don't have an error handler yet. We should probably make one, but it's fine. We'll see all our errors in the console. We'll just console log it as we get it. Okay, DB is not a default export anymore. It's just a named export, so I've got to do that. Now we're going to make our const use room state, which is going to take in the ID. Or should it? I mean, our use room is always going to take the... you know what you can do here? Like, we can actually use this use params from here.
Okay.
If we're always going to assume that, like, you know, there's a ID. But let's just pretend we're not, because this makes it more flexible. This ID in here is going to be a string. So just like our TypeScript wanted us to give it a type. That's like something new. And now we're going to say const room and set room. And this is going to be quite hectic because we need a bunch of stuff in here. The default state will be undefined, I guess, because the room can be like, you know, we didn't find it, so it's undefined. So what I want to do is I want to make an interface for that room. Interface room. And that room's going to have all our Firebase information on it. So like if I kind of make it small. Sheesh. I need to like put this here and put that there and then close this. So this like state that we're looking at, it's going to have board, which is going to be like, it's going to be an array of like, you know, symbols basically. I'm thinking I should just copy it here. Let's make a new file called types, a new folder, just types, and put it in here. I think if I call it typings, it looks cool. Yeah, TS, typings. So in here, I'm going to export symbols, type symbol. So symbol can be either X, like capital X now, or O. And those are the two things. But then the board state, the type board, can be either symbol or just like a dash. Cool. So that's that. Now in our hooks, oh no, what's going on here? What's wrong? Oh, this stuff from app is now from pages/room. Because we deleted app. I mean, we're gonna like, this is all gonna move out. We're not gonna use these helpers anymore when we start with the Firebase, like, you know, functions. But the moment our goal is to just display what's there. Anyway, in here, I'm just going all over the place. I'm exporting default as use room, not DAS, just as equals.
Daz.
You yawning again?
Yep.
So weird. Like the whole, it just sounds like you're like, I don't know, smothering your
Maybe.
mic.
Yeah, maybe because I put my hand. I go like.
Yeah. Okay. What was I gonna do? Okay, so more just little setup stuff. I like fixing my TypeScript. This is the thing with TypeScript. I start fixing my errors like immediately. I'm like, wait, that's wrong. So it
Yeah.
helps you like see like, okay, wait, I broke something. I need to like make sure that I do everything.
Yes.
Um, so we got the typings now. That means I can import. I don't need to import symbol right now. I just need to import block. I think it wasn't even block. It was like something else. I think. How did I get this from typings? Was it block? Board. It is supposed to be block because a block can be a symbol or it can be a dash to mean it's empty. Because Firebase doesn't really do very well with undefined data.
Okay.
If it's undefined, it just doesn't show there, which is like technically still undefined.
Yeah.
It's just a bit like, I'd like to, I don't know. Um,
See if it is undefined.
yeah, I'm wondering like if we can set this to just, or we could set it to an empty string as well. um, yeah, let's do that. See if that does anything. It looks weird. Like, what is that? Yeah, it's just an empty string. So let's set it to empty strings.
Cool.
Like, yeah, you see, it's like you can set it to like null, I guess. Maybe that's better actually. Like setting it to just null if it's empty.
Okay.
And then I'm not gonna have the board thing. I'm just gonna have like this or null. Sorry, it's like literally I'm like thinking like, oh, how best can I do this? And it's like I haven't really figured it out yet, but that's more semantically correct. So
Cool.
I'm gonna get rid of block, and over here I'm just gonna say board is like a how do you do it's like over here we say symbol or symbol. I'm gonna make all my like types like full. And I think I can just do the question mark here, so that means it's like either undefined or that. It might freak out, and I might need to
Cool.
say it's actually like board or like null. But yeah, we'll
Okay.
get there. Anyway, that's board done. Are you yawning again?
No.
Oh, okay. See your
Maybe it's because
sounds
my
weird.
mic's laying on my chest, bro.
Yeah, whenever you move, it's making lots of noise. So I have the is game done here. That's a lot better now. What have you done? The message is going to be a string. Player turn. Cool. Player turn will be a symbol as well. So that's cool. And the turn number is just a number. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
See, Firebase also puts it automatically because we didn't put it in that order. Okay,
Yeah.
so our room is going to return, well, it's either going to return room or undefined. What do you mean you can't find name room? It's right over there. Oh, I need to call this room.
Yeah.
I guess I'll call it I room like this. So again, interface is going to stand for like I don't know. Let's just call it room. like this. Yeah. I'm used to my project, like it tells me that I have to, like at work, I have to say it's like with an I, you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. We need to do an is fetching in here. And set is fetching, so that we have like a fetching state for this, the use state. This is a boolean. My gosh, I hate it when it does that. False by default. Or do we set it as true by default? We set it as true immediately, because the use effect happens like straight away. As soon as you want to use this room, it starts fetching it.
Yeah.
And then, like, so lower down, we're going to return those two values. We're going to return room, and we're going to return set room. Not set room, is fetching, sorry. We're going to return is fetching and room. It's like move them like alphabetically. I can, in this thing, say that my output is going to be like my output is going to be is fetching, or yeah, what would I say? Interface output. Just so that we know what's expected from there. And out of this you get is fetching, which is a boolean, and you get room, which is either undefined or a room. So the shorthand works for interfaces. It doesn't work here. You have to say like undefined there. And now I can say, okay, we're going to return that output. So what comes after this is the output. What comes inside is like the parameters. So this output means that this will match. So now if we said we're also expecting a name string, it will like complain here saying we're missing name.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And this also helps because it defines the interface for this. So like when you want to use it somewhere, it'll tell you like output, which is quite nice. What project are you going to do next on React? Dude, we just started like yesterday. Like, I don't know what we're doing next. This is like freaking stream number 2. We'll do it whenever. Like, just, I don't know. What, don't you like our online Firebase TicTacToe game? Is it not good enough for you? Okay.
Who asked that?
That Samir guy, he said, what's turn number he asked really good questions. He asked what is the turn number for, and he like, which made sense, good question. And then what's the use of Firebase for the TicTac game, which makes sense. What we were doing had nothing to do with Firebase, but now we're busy we're moving the game state to Firebase. So I've explained that pretty well, I think. And now what project are we going to do next? I don't know, like one project at a time. You don't plan your next project like 2 things in. Wow, I think there's like an accident outside because there's like a massive traffic jam out there. Anyway, yeah, let's get back to doing stuff. Okay, you're on you. Yeah, fair enough. There's a recap video and a series introduction video that I did that kind of explain what we're trying to do. So you should check that out after the stream. I'm going to make a recap video for this stream as well. So every stream that we do, we'll make a recap video. Sweet. Anyways, well, the first video is there. You should totally check it out if you can. You don't have to watch the whole stream. Just watch the recap. That's what it is, because I know it's hard for people to catch up. I like Samir. He's legit. He's calm and level-headed, unlike me. Yeah, you can catch up. We're only on the second video, so like you can catch up between now. Our next stream will be tomorrow as well. Kevin, are you good for tomorrow, same time?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, cool. We'll just do like 9 o'clock again tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Or South African time. So like, yeah, we've been streaming for 1.5 hours now. So like, yeah, we'll begin in like 22.5 hours. Anyway, we need to make this unsubscribe thing over here. And we need to say equals db, which is basically our firebase.firestore. And we say dot collection. And then we're going to say rooms. We're looking at our rooms collection. I can't type. It's because I can't see my keyboard. There we go. So the rooms goes there. And I'm going to say we don't have to order it by anything because we're just getting the one.
Cool.
How do I get my specific like contestant that I want to? Do I just say .doc? Yeah, I can just say .doc. And then I think it's .doc at ID. And then we can say on snapshot. Yeah, cool. So this means we're going to subscribe to the like this document over here. So whenever this changes, like this will update.
Okay.
So in here we get like a snapshot. And you also get an error. Like there's potential to be an error. That's the second parameter.
Yeah.
Let's clean that up a bit. So first of all, we're going to say if there is an error, because this is pretty much like can be undefined. Like it's an error, it's Firestore error. If there's an error, we're going to console.log error. I mean, we'll make a .error like that. And I think we'll just return like we'll return that so that we're at least not trying to keep doing stuff, you know. So it's just that initial check for if there's an error. Then we pretty much need to just set the room to the doc.data. There's nothing else we need to do. Set room to doc or snapshot, I think. Snapshot dot, what possible options are there? Because I usually did doc. Oh, I think it's snapshot.doc. And then just dot, what is it? Data, right? Yeah. We just do the doc.data. Cool. I think that will work. And that's all we need to do. Oh, at the beginning, we need to set, or once we found it, we set is fetching to false.
Cool.
Which actually also means we'll do an if here and an else. If there's an error, we console log. Otherwise, we do this, and then at the end we return is fetching, or set is fetching to, or we just like do it. We set is fetching because we need to do it regardless of what happens here. Set it to false, so that our app stops fetching things. Then we just need to do like a return call back here to unsubscribe. Like if the component unmounts, then we need to unsubscribe. Cool. Great. Anyways, and this obviously the whole thing changes. If ID changes, then this whole thing needs to change. What's complaining here? So observer, next snapshot, document snapshot. Dude, I don't know what this is. I think it's just complaining that I haven't said what the snapshot is and what the error is. Is that the case? Over 2 of like 4, whatever. I'm gonna go to the definition of this. So it comes with it comes with like an observer. So there's a next error complete for this. So that actually means that this is weird. I'm gonna move this to be full screen again and keep that to the side. So technically in here you can get a next and an error. Or do we do that on snapshot and we do next? Like this, and then you get the snapshot. So then I need to do this. In which case I will set, I will also set is fetching. Sorry, I know this is confusing and weird right now, but I'm just reading the docs. So I think what we did up there is fine, but it's not the correct way to do things.
Okay.
But it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? So this is the type. Observer in here, there's a next. Yeah, that's just complaining it's unused. Okay, next is a... I'm sorry. I'm confused.
Child library.
So if next exists, and if error exists, then we're going to say error does this. Great. Theoretically, that is correct. This is a Firestore error, which I can probably get from Firestore. No, I'm just going to make it any for now. What is a Firestore error? db.firestore error, actually. So it's a db.firestore error, I think. Or just firebase.firestore. That works. Sorry, dude. I'm trying to be a wizard. What do you mean it doesn't exist on document snapshot? Okay. What are you? Like, tell me what you are. What you really, really are. Document snapshot. Okay. I'm gonna... So technically what we have here is this. We have this document snapshot, which is something. It's got a bunch of things on it. It's got a document reference. It's got an ID. It's got options. So it's just the document. And it's got data. Which means that this over here just returns the document. Okay, so sorry, the reason I've been confused is because previously we did like the thing on like the snapshot had documents in it.
Yeah.
But this snapshot just gives you the doc.
Okay.
So we can say that. And I think, does this release anything else? So yeah, we have this snapshot and then there's a on error that we do down here. I think. Why don't you work? Oh my gosh, dude. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I'm sorry, people of the live streaming world. I really want it to be done by now. Let's just remove that. Let's not worry about errors right now. Okay, it's possible that document is undefined. Cool, that makes sense. So if doc or if doc dot exists. And then I'll do it like a question mark there, I think. this is a set state action. So it's missing some stuff. You know what? For now, I'm just going to console.log the doc.data. Because I'm so confused.
Cool.
Cool.
Maybe it's something to do with the set room.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Always say room not found. We'll do some like thing. Well, set room will be undefined, so I'll say room not found. Okay, let's go use it because I just want to I do want to finish this off right now.
Cool.
So, and then tomorrow we'll do the updating Firebase stuff. So
Okay.
if we go to pages, we go to room. We're gonna say we just go like everything else will be as is. We'll just get is fetching and room.
Okay.
And that's going to equal use room. Auto imports from hooks there. And we're going to put in the ID. So I need to move this up there too. Okay, cool. And now underneath this, we're going to console.log that is fetching in room. Just so that we can do some debugging here and see what the heck is going on.
Cool.
This block from app thing, where's that? I thought I fixed that. Let's just yarn start again. I forgot to save those changes. There we go.
Cool.
I saved you. You're fixed now. Board index. Checkboard. Yeah, I saved that, so it should be fixed now. Okay, let's just go check this. Ugh. Why? But block is there. Block is literally over here. In room. I don't care anymore. I'll just make this any. I hate doing that, but yeah. Any is how you get around all those type errors. You just exit stuff. Okay, that other one is just a warning as far as I know. Yep. So is fetching is true, room is undefined, still true. Then suddenly we have we didn't set the room in the end. My bad. So we set the board to that potentially null thing. So we're getting the data.
Yeah.
That's working. We just have some type errors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set room as room. There we go. Easy. I'm just saying that now it is a room. Maybe cool. I should the board is supposed to be a symbol of arrays. That's the problem. And it could potentially be null. Where did my symbol go? Why is this? This is fine, isn't it? You should be fine. I think if I say array over here. Yeah, that works. Sorry, TypeScript issues. This happens. It really happens a lot. So now it is actually setting the room. And our room is set. It's working.
Cool.
That's good. let's spend the last 5 minutes or however long this takes just quickly setting up. I think that's good. I think we have like, we're in a pretty good spot here
Cool.
because we know what room is supposed to be. We know that room is like potentially undefined and stuff. So let's quickly first do if is fetching. We're just gonna return like h1 loading room dot dot dot. I mean, we can check technically like wrap our whole page in like a reusable like function thing. It doesn't matter. Okay, if is fetching, great. Then we say if no room. Then we say room not found. I don't know why this is complaining now. Yeah, I'm confused.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. We don't need any of that stuff anymore.
Okay.
So, because now we get all our things from our handle click right now, we are going to pretty much make it like not do anything. I'm going to copy, like comment it out. And our handle clear is also not going to do anything right now. Now in here, I'm not going to use the ID anymore because that works. We know that works. I'm going to say const, and I'm going to go get all the stuff from room. So what are the values in here? We have a board. We have a is game done. A message. We have player's turn. And we have turn number. Yeah, these only really matter on the changing stuff, so they're just going to be there and they're going to be empty for now. So yeah, we don't have this little thing anymore. We just say we can actually just say if board exists and so it's actually a bit cleaner. Great progress. Good progress. Let's just check if it works. We should expect an X in the middle of the board. Yeah, we got it. And it is X's turn. That is because if we look at it and we make another page for our Firebase, what happened to our Firebase app? It just disappeared. Was it like another thing? Did I have it somewhere else? I don't know. We just lost our Firebase. So Firebase TicTacToe. Let me go back there. So if theoretically, are you yawning again?
No. Oh, it's touching my shirt, bro.
Rubbing a microphone.
So weird. What? It hasn't done that before.
It has. I just only mentioning it now.
Oh.
Yeah. So if I change this X's turn to blah, 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 and I update it, it happens there. So we know it's working, which is good. Let's change it back to X's turn. I can like fill in the board over here if I wanted to with like a X.
Okay.
Do that like in here, stick an X in there.
Nice.
And like stuff an O in here. So it works. We're hooked up to our Firebase database, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
it's a good place to end. So then tomorrow we can try work on updating it. Yeah, and we got to have like a whole bunch of other rules like as well when it comes to. So yeah, right now we're just making it so that one person can manipulate it from Firebase, but after that, after we like put those rules in to like add and stuff, we need to start like looking at player things. So I think tomorrow we will be able to do stuff like use clear board and use I don't know, place mark.
Okay.
Oh yeah, use mark, I guess. Markboard. Use Markboard. That would be a good one. We can call it Markboard. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then like we just get that working so that it's doing stuff. But then
Yeah.
we can do a thing where we get other players to join in, and I've got to research that. So I think at least tomorrow we're sorted for an idea of what to do.
Yeah.
Um,
It
but
sounds like a lot that we have to do tomorrow, yo.
it works. Yeah, sort of. I mean, obviously mid creation, so yeah, lots of stuff to do.
Yeah,
But yeah,
awesome.
anyways, other people, thank you for watching. It's really cool. Samir, I appreciate your comments. It was fun chatting as well. Yeah, what else was I gonna say?
Sick.
I'm gonna end the stream. So yeah, cheers guys. Have fun. Happy coding. And we'll chat soon. Ciao.